All right. Can you hear me, Fred?
Yes, I could hear you.
We'll give it a few minutes. Do we have right now? I know that Commissioner Cruz, the mayor, and Commissioner Vice Mayor Hay will not be attending today. So we do have Commissioner Kelly and I believe Commissioner Turkin is going to actually come and do it in person with me. So we'll wait a few minutes. Is Commissioner Kelly on? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll hold tight. As soon as we have them on, we'll commence. We'll give them a few minutes to just turn 6 o'clock.
Hi, everyone.
Good evening.
Hi. Commissioner Kelly's here.
And we're waiting for Commissioner Turkin, and then we can start.
Okay. Okay.
Give him a few minutes. He should be here shortly. We'll give it another minute. Then we'll get started. We'll just catch up when he gets here. All right. How's it going? Good. All right. We get started.
Thanks.
You want to?
Yeah,
Default.
thanks, man.
All right. We're gonna thank you, everybody. We're gonna go over the agenda for the September 2nd upcoming commission meeting. Dan's not here tonight. He's not going to be at the meeting next Tuesday, and the mayor both are going to be in at training for the pension, so they won't be there. Dan had a commitment tonight, so I'll run an agenda review tonight. Openings, let's see. Invocation is going to be by Vice Mayor Hay, and we need to change that. We're going to have to republish that. The mayor's not going to be at that meeting, so Tammy will need to get that or that changed on the agenda and republish.
You can just throw my name on there if you want.
Okay.
Easy.
All right. Announcements. We're going to have Erica Whitfield, the board member for the school board, is going to come give us an education update. We have a proclamation from Feeding South Florida for Hunger Action Month. We have the presentation by VFW of a flag that they have, a crocheted flag that they're going to present to the commission. Announcement of the senior prom. I've also seen some of the marketing on our digital displays. And then announcement of the upcoming 9/11 ceremony. That's going to be held in the Centennial Park. All right. Next is the advisory board appointments. There are several advisory board appointments. This is also the ones that were tabled. What we did based on the previous the approved ordinance change with the waiver and the new that gives the commission a little bit more flexibility in appointments. There are two on here that are asking for waivers for the Historic Preservation Board. Let me go into that real quick. So right now we have two applicants for the Art Advisory Board, Robin Kunzman and Joanna Kentner. Nothing for Building Board of Adjustments, nothing for Education Youth Advisory Board. Historic Preservation Board, we have three people seeking appointment, Abby Cotton, Barbara Reedy, and Michael Wilson. Barbara Reedy and Michael Wilson are looking for a waiver. That's something that when you guys do the nominations, you would just, if you're going to nominate them, ask for the waiver to be a part of the motion.
Okay.
That's how we're going to handle it going forward. And then Senior Advisory Board, we have Dennis Memorial and Mark Stevenson. And then on the bottom of the board, we have we have three applications that we received, but with no vacancies.
Andrew, do we have any vacancies on the senior advisory board?
You have, looks like there's two regular members and two alternate members.
Vacancies, okay.
Yeah, so appointment.
No applicants this,
Yeah, we have two. Oh, yeah, two.
okay. Okay.
Candace, I know that we received a late
We did.
application.
We did. Tammy received it. Tammy's on the call, but I think it was 2 days ago. She received an application for the Youth Advisory Board. So obviously it didn't make the cutoff. We can, if we have to republish, obviously add them. But if not, we'd like to put them on the next meeting because they had missed the deadline. But it's up to the commission. So let us know and we can add them.
You guys want us to republish? I mean, if you guys
I
give
guess
us
we have.
consent.
I mean, if they've been vetted and they've gone through the process and it's just a matter, if we're reprinting it for some other reason, then
Correct. So
I'm
if
okay
we
with
do,
that, but yeah.
because I think we have to republish because of the Pledge of Allegiance, correct?
Yes,
So-
yes, we're gonna have to. Mm-hmm.
If you would like us to add them, then,
Yeah.
you know, let
Yeah,
us
fine
know.
with me.
Okay.
Whatever's
Okay.
easy for
Yeah,
you guys.
All right. Yeah, I mean, might as well if we can. I mean, it's not a good practice, but I know I understand, like, we're here, so we might as well get it done. It gets it off, the meeting for next
And-
meeting, so.
Right.
All right.
And I believe
Um,
Tammy's already vetted them, correct, Tammy? The applicant?
Yes, I have.
Excellent. Okay.
Andrew, I do want to add, Tammy, I'll get with you. I do want to add under administrative, communities, support
Support
funds for Feeding South Florida, since the proclamation is gonna be there. So I'll get with Tammy, but I'm gonna add that.
Yeah, we'll get with the commission aide, your commission aide, have them fill out the paperwork, get it filled out and get on the agenda. We'll get it republished for
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. Thank you.
What was the amount? So I know?
500,
Okay.
yeah. And then I may as well do 500 for the, we may as well start the, holiday basket fund
Okay.
while we're at, since we're amending it anyway. We'll add those two.
And same thing, 500?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Community support funds, we already have one item on here from Vice Mayor Hay. He's donating $1,000 to the Boynton Beach Bulldogs. Moving on to consent, we do have the item A, which is the submittal of the SHIP annual report, and then authorizing the mayor to sign the certification for that. 6B is the subrecipient agreements with all the selected, actually, I take that. This is an amendment to our subrecipient agreement with the CDC. They need a little bit more time to finish one of their projects, so we're extending their timeline through the end of the year. Item 6C is awarding of the CDBG, the community improvement, or the block grant subrecipient agreements, Pathways to Prosperity, Feeding South Florida, Legal Aid Society, and then the Sea Turtle Adventures, and that's for fiscal year 25. Let's see. Item 6D. Initially, we had this on here for approval of the wastewater and sewer rate, the increases. We'd like to table this because we're going to mirror it up with the 18th when we have the other final comprehensive fee schedule adopted. So we're going to ask you guys to table this at the meeting. That way we don't have to we can't renotice this. So if we table it at the meeting, we can keep the notice and then just notice it to, table it to date certain on September 18th. Okay, let's see. Item 6E, approves the LOI from affiliated development. So when the CRA acquired the land in that area, there was a parcel that was left out, a very small, narrow parcel that was a part of right-of-way that wasn't caught. So this is going to make that project whole. They're submitting the LOI, and then I think later on we have the actual award, the actual transfer.
This for the Pierce?
Yes, for the
Okay.
Pierce. Commission meeting minutes. And then we have 7A. Actually really excited about this project. This one's been a long time coming. Coquina Cove Drainage Improvements. Keith Weber and his team and the engineering group in Punam did a fantastic job. This project's been kind of sat for a little while, dormant, because we needed to get some drainage easements in order to facilitate this project. And I'm glad to see that that was accomplished and seeing this project come to fruition. So we're really excited to see this one. This is going to be a nice addition to the city where we're going to solve some drainage problems and some other issues over on the Coquina Cove area. It's a contract for $5.8 million and then a 10% contingency. 6B, we originally brought the commission agreement for sole source of Barney's Pump, and initially we were at $400,000. We recently have a project that's acquiring a pump. We could order it through the contractor, but we want to take the savings and do an owner direct purchase order. So by increasing this purchase order by 100,000, we were able to actually save the city $4,000 in taxes by purchasing an owner direct purchase order for the pumps, and then we'll get a credit from the contractor. So this is a good thing. So we're just asking for an increase in their annual expenditure to accommodate that that owner direct purchase order. 7C, we are piggybacking or entering into an agreement with an interlocal with North Central Texas Government Texas Share. This is to approve a piggyback agreement with that organization to do roadway evaluations. So we're using this company to do all the rating of the streets in the city. So we're excited to get this one done, knowing that we've done a bunch of paving in the last couple of years, and get all of our roads reevaluated to see where they are and put back into the index so that we can make plans going forward on as far as what's going to be coming up in the future. So this is we're excited to get that on the books as well. 7D, we're just extending or re-upping with Sage Networks for our plan review, permitting, mobile inspections, and the code enforcement software. So this will be another 3-year term with that organization of the software that we currently have and use. Adam, did you want to talk anything on that, or is there anything that you wanted to add for 7D?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks.
7E, when we initially awarded these contracts to Atlantic Southern and All County Paving, we didn't anticipate some of the additional paving that the commission had us do. So again, this is another good example of a QA/QC with our procurement division, who are now, scrutinizing every single purchase, total purchase spend for all these. So we're having to adjust the annual spend on these to accommodate for some of the paving that we did and some of the stuff that we have coming up. So we're adjusting the spend on that from 2.4 million to 3.68 to close out all the POs and some of the work we're doing there. And then on to public hearing, so 8A, and stop me if you have any questions, if you need anything. I know this is going to be a pretty short agenda. We do have a few public hearing items, but everything on consent is pretty ordinary business. 8A, that's the repealing of the gambling ordinance, and then we're going to use state statute and not need the actual city ordinance anymore. And same thing with 7B. That's removing the prohibition on loitering and fixing that and using state statute as well.
The gambling thing,
Mm-hmm.
when you say repealing, we're allowed to roll dice now?
No, because I think that what it is we have code that was codified by this in our local, and it's changed
Is
at
this
the state.
like cleanup?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is exactly what these 8A and B are both cleanup.
Cleanup, all right.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
there's state statute that has preempted that, so
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
just repealing ours.
All right, and just go by state statute?
Correct.
Nice.
All right. 8C, this is on second reading as well. The first two also are on second reading, the gambling and the prohibition on loitering. 8C is repealing and replacing the abandoned property ordinance. This is our company that does the foreclosure on vacant property, and there was no changes between first and second reading. Same thing with the A and B. 8D, this is the a cleanup of a Scribner's error on the alley. That's for the North Alley abandonment for the Pierce as well. Shauna, you have anything to add on that one? It's 8D, or Amanda?
No, they're just, the description we initially got was incorrect, and when the developer had their new site go out, they realized there was a misprint in the description, so we just have to make it match.
Okay. And then while you're on, do you want to talk about 8E?
Sure.
Right.
So I did send out a memo today regarding the ADA and possibly removing that sidewalk. I don't know if you've had a chance to read it. I would ask you to please read it. It's very important. And because the mayor is not going to be here, my recommendation is one of two things. We either bump this to, I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
Table this?
You want to
I'd like to either table it or just if we want to make it a discussion item before we have second reading. If you read my memo, it kind of spells out kind of what we can and cannot do. And then we just needed some clarification on how many hours they could park in that swale area. Because right now I believe we have 8 hours and we weren't exactly clear. So we need some further direction from the commission, and I do need everyone to read that memo that I sent.
Okay, so we're going to request to table this one, and then, but you want to add a discussion item to this meeting?
Well, I don't know. That's up to the commission if they want to just do the discussion on second reading and we can amend at that time. Or if they want to do a larger discussion, but I think if you read my memo, it kind of clears things up a little bit.
Okay.
So it puts us under, we get sued?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Shauna. And then 10A is just updating our non-smoking areas, the code and ordinances, and that's on first reading. And then 10B, Rick Hoffer is going to do a CIP update. He's working on the presentation now. I had him change it a little bit to be more summary than to go over every project. So we're looking forward. I saw a draft of it today, so I'm excited to present that to the commission as well. From there, we're on to future agenda items. I don't know if you guys wanted to talk about any of these items. We did add the one to follow up on the report for the state of Florida Doge request. That's on here. And I believe that was the only one that was added at this time. And you got anything you wanted? Or?
Yeah, just I sent that email about the Tallahassee days.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if maybe we want to have a discussion internally and then maybe on the dais too about how, like, what we want to look towards. I understand that a lot of the, I guess, Representative Casello's appropriations are going to be pushed forward again this cycle. And from what I understand, I think they're looking to approve that.
Okay.
And so I don't know if there's anything else we want to add into that, or if there's anything we want to talk to our lobbyists about on some key focus issues with this legislative session before, right? So we're not at the 11th hour, battling all this. So I guess my ask is like, is there like flavor to like have this conversation on the dais and then make this decision as a body? Maybe it's a workshop. I don't know, Commissioner Kelly, do you have any interest in that or any feedback?
I do think it might make sense to have our lobbyists come and meet with us prior to this session, and they can talk to us about some of the things that they're hearing, and then we can have an open dialogue, kind of like what we want to make as priorities for the session.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay.
And I want that to be collaborative too. Like I want to be able to talk to my peers about it. So I don't know if we need a. Yeah,
we'll do a discussion item and a presentation, like a legislative update. Yeah, on the
agenda.
We won't. Yeah. I don't know if we can do it. The problem is on the 8th. We have.
Maybe we can do it in October.
Yes, that'd probably be better.
Yeah, we just want to be mindful of when committee weeks start, because then Matt might not be as available. So
yeah, that's true.
Because he'll be up in Tallahassee a lot more. So that's the only thing, is maybe check with him. If it means that we need to call like a workshop to talk about legislative session, I'm okay with that, because Commissioner, I'd also like to, we briefly talked about it at one point. I would like to have more conversation about it, about either having Matt or his firm also work as our federal lobbyist too, and look at some appropriations that we can get on the federal level, because I think we're missing out on some potential funds, especially when it comes to public safety, because I think on the federal level, infrastructure, public safety, we hear it at NLC a lot, that those are funds that are usually a little bit easier to get. or they're, I mean, there's a little bit more of a pocket than what maybe we have at the state level. So we'd also like to have that conversation. So if it ends up being more convenient for Matt and makes more sense for us to do it as more of a workshop setting, that I would be totally okay with that, because I don't want it to be rushed either during a commission meeting that we're sitting there watching the clock tick by.
Yeah.
And everyone
Agreed.
wants to get home too. So thank you, Commissioner Turkin, for bringing that up. I think it's,
Yeah.
it's
That's a
always
great
important
point.
that we're staying on top of the session.
And we've been
Yeah.
doing really well with appropriation and grants, so I do think that it warrants that kind of attention.
Yeah.
I mean, for us to have a separate meeting, or at least to make sure we have enough time on an agenda to do it. So,
Yeah.
Candace, can you reach out to the lobbyists and then see what their availability, and look at the map out a date to when we could possibly have a workshop, or put it on an agenda to have a discussion,
Yes.
And then I'll bring
I'll
this up
reach out.
again on Tuesday. That way we can
get consensus?
get consensus, because I think, I think like I think there's I do want to have the conversation about the federal law, because I think we are missing out on there.
Mm-hmm.
So have a workshop for both, and have,
Okay.
I like it.
All right. Well, we can, if you guys add that at the meeting as a discussion item, then we can have that kind of conversation and look at the calendars and try and she'll reach out to the lobbyists and see what their availability is prior to the
Like a
meeting.
workshop.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Love it. Great. Well, that was it. I don't have anything else on the agenda. Is there anything that you have that you want to discuss, Commissioner Kelly or Commissioner Turkin?
No, I that was it. That's just get prepared before Palm Beach County Days.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. I plan on going, so, I want to make sure we have a good plan going forward, and we can make phone calls and reach out to folks prior to getting there, because when we get there, it's just, I know Matt does a great job prior, obviously, but, I think, the more heads, the better. With these type of things.
Absolutely. And, I think the fact that you guys are going to weigh in on priorities and looking at, it'll give us a little bit edge on potentially getting grant or getting some appropriations.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think we need to, I think it was easy and nice that we had that money coming from the county, but since that, that really helped with CIP, and we didn't have to go as hardcore on grants and finding money, but I think we really need to refocus and make sure that we are going for every single dollar that we can, to get some of these projects moving. I mean, it's.
No, that's a great point too, because we're getting to the bottom of the barrel with CIP dollars.
Right.
And the only way they're going to come from, we got to look at all, as general fund transfers. So we have to look at potential sources, and I don't think, like you said, the new transportation isn't going to be there in time. So we'll have a couple of years where we may have to kind of fend for ourselves a little bit. So
yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, exactly. And I will bring it up on Tuesday too, but the county is, has their transportation master plan that they're working on, and the meeting for South County is on September the 12th, I believe, at 5 o'clock. And so I'll mention that, but I don't know if there's anything that we can get from the county that we can maybe just there's a website, there's information, maybe we can throw a slide up during administrative or during announcements or something that just says, the website and stuff, because they're really wanting public input more than ever on this transportation plan.
If we republish, I can add it as an announcement if you want.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
Sounds
do
good.
that.
And maybe we can reach out to the county and see if they want to talk about it for a minute.
Yeah, because like you said, they really want to get public input, not just city input, resident input.
100%. Yeah, I was on the intergovernmental meeting this week, and I think it was Pat Rutter, and I mean, he was like, we want honest feedback from the residents. We want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly and everything about transportation, because the only way they're going to come up with a master plan that really makes sense and that works, and that then they can then, look to fund it, is with, really good resident participation.
Yep.
So,
Excellent.
yeah.
All right.
So anything we can do to push that and get our residents to be involved and participate is, I think, is a positive.
Okay.
So, that's all I have.
That's it. Then we'll go ahead and adjourn, and I appreciate everyone getting on the call, and we'll see you guys Tuesday.
Thank you, everyone. See you Tuesday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.